Well, hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Peerless tub shower trim, valve trim. Now, a lot of people, when you look at your tub shower, your shower, and you see this is pretty much just the handle. It's not really the valve, but this is the trim kit. It's going to be the handle, the little circular plate with the screws in it, and your shower head, and there is a cartridge in here. But this is not really the valve. This is kind of half of it. You're going to need a rough-in valve, some type of rough-in valve. Peerless does have its own rough-in valve, but Peerless is a sister company of Delta, and this particular model uses the Delta rough-in valve, which I think is pretty neat. This is a very, very common valve. We use it a lot. And you can do different things with this valve. You can pull out the old cartridge and put a thermostatic cartridge in here, put a big fancy trim on here. You can do all kinds of stuff with the R10000 Delta valve, but you will need a rough-in valve, and this is going to get installed when you install the tub. You can come back later and put the trim together. To go along with that, you're going to need a shower L or a drop ear 90. They call it drop ear 90 because of the little ears on it, and you can put 3 little old screws in there. So just remember this is what's in the wall for your shower head. So be careful about hanging stuff from this, because it's just 3 little old screws that hold it together. Just a little extra tidbit there. Now, they do have a Peerless valve. I don't know if I said that. We used to install them a lot, but if you install a Peerless valve at rough-in, you're stuck with the Peerless. You can't switch to a Delta or anything like that. But Peerless does have a trim kit that is set up for the Delta valve. Peerless is going to be a little bit cheaper, and that's in cost-wise. There's some parts of the pieces of the metal that's a little bit thinner. There's some screws that's just a touch shorter. Just different things they could do to cut the cost down on these. But I've been putting these in for years, and I don't see anything different in, the functioning. Now, your Delta stuff's going to be a little bit heavier. It's going to feel a little bit heavier. But that doesn't really matter a whole lot. So let's come in close here and we'll talk about what is actually in this box. All right, the Peerless tub shower trim. Now, one of the things I want you to notice, this is in just kind of a plain brown box. Now, I mean, it is labeled. It does tell you, it's got a sticker here that does tell you what's actually in the box, the little picture to show you that you get the shower head and the valve trim as well. Now, it's pretty colorless here on our Peerless. Now, this comes in a contractor's pack. We get these in a great big old box, and there's I think it's 3 of them, but I could be wrong, could be 4 or 5, but I don't know. It's a big box, and they're kind of laid in there. Actually, with the shower trims, we might get more. I know the faucets, we only get 3 in a box, but this is for the contractors. We don't need a pretty picture or anything like that to sell us this. We're going to buy it anyway, so they can save money right there by it just being brown. You might actually find these at the hardware store or home improvement store like this is too. It cuts the cost down. I mean, now some of the Peerless stuff they do put in a fancy pack, like this faucet here. It's all colorful and stuff, and this might be something you might find at I saw them at Walmart the other day, but all colorful, the Peerless stuff. But anyway, back to our shower trim here. So let's go ahead and open this and see if I can do this for y'all. There's no straps or anything on this because it was in a contractor pack. Now, on top here is going to be your nice, pretty, the trim plate. Now, when you're putting this on, Peerless is going to go down at the bottom. Most all of these have a little hole right here, and that's so that if moisture ever got back behind here, it could get out. But it does have these little foam seals and everything around it. So that's your actual trim plate. It has your hot and cold indicator at the top in the chrome. It does give you this is your little instruction pack. It's got some stickers here to tell you how to turn things up. I think that this is something that you would put like on the inside of a cabinet. for somebody later on if they needed to know how to turn up, or I don't know. But they do give you these little stickers. And then you have, just like with your faucets and kitchen faucets and stuff, there is an assembly instruction manual here on how to actually put it together. So it does give you this neat little pack. Put that back up in there. Now, since this is a Peerless on a Delta valve, it does give you the Delta cartridge. And this is the pressure balancing, I'm trying to get it to rattle, pressure balancing cartridge. This is a Delta cartridge, but we'll be using it with the Peerless here. And there is a scald guard and stuff that you're going to turn up when you get this out of the box. But this is what Delta's been using for quite some time. It says hot on one side, so when you stick this in your valve, make sure you've got that hot on the left and the cold on the right. But you do get your valve cartridge. And then it does come with a little goodie bag here. Your goodie bag's got a little black O-ring, a spacer. It's got what we call an escutcheon, which is going to cover up your hole where your shower went. And then you have your 2 screws. And they did give you a little set screw and an Allen wrench here, which is really nice of them to give you a wrench. Most of the time with your cheaper stuff, you don't see that wrench because they're saving that 2 or 3 cents, however much that little wrench is. But I love it when they give you the wrench because you can use that, and if you mess it up, you'll get another one in the next kit. They give you a collar. This is a collar that's actually going to go over your valve to hide that ugly old brass valve. Whatever color it is, it's going to be bronze, chrome, satin nickel, whatever you get. But that covers your rough end valve. And you get a handle. Wow, that's a heavy handle. I'm surprised that's from Peerless. Peerless normally has really lightweight stuff, but that's actually a really, really heavy handle. That's some good stuff. I like that. And this is the Elmhurst. Your series are going to be determined by that handle. If you see how this one looks, Delta had Windermere. We used to use Windermere all the time, and I used to say it looked like a little bird wing because it had a little curve to it. But this is the Elmhurst, is the straight one with that little cap-like thing. But yeah, now this handle, if you buy all of the same series, say you buy the lavatory faucets, you buy the kitchen faucets, all the handles are gonna match. They're gonna be different sizes, but they're gonna match in their design style. So just remember that if you get different names, different types, different part numbers, those handles are gonna be different. And then down in here, they do give you your chrome shower arm, which is what's gonna screw into this up at the top. Long end in the wall, guys. That looks kind of funky if you do the long end pointing straight down, of course. Ha! You can't silence those things. And then you get a shower head here. This is a pretty neat one. I like this one. This one's real pretty. It's not they're trying to compete with themselves, honestly. This does actually look more like a Delta shower head, and notice that they've even gone with the little filter screen here, which is very, very common of Delta. Peerless used to not have those. It would be just a little washer and then straight onto your water saver there. But it's actually got what Delta uses a lot, which is the washer with the screen in it, which helps catch trash and debris and dirt and keeps it from going into your shower head. But this one is nice. This one's shiny. These little tips, they're rubber. So if you ever get a little piece of sand or something stuck in them, they call this the Easy Clean. You can like flick at it and pick at it, and whatever's stuck in there will take off. This is really neat if you've got hard water or something like that, because you can just, while you're in there running the shower, just pick at it and those things will start shooting straight again. But I'm really impressed with this one. Peerless has really stepped up. Now I will tell you, this shower head's plastic. It's really lightweight. But I mean, it's a shower head. Nothing super fancy. But that's pretty much it. This is just your trim kit. It's just the plate, the handle, a cartridge, and your shower arm, your sleeve. There's not really, you know, unlike a faucet, there's not really any working parts right to this thing. Now you got to make sure you got your goodie bag. I know something that ends up getting missing on us is these screws. Sometimes guys will tear the screws up. They'll open the box. They'll take this pack. They'll rip those 2 screws out, throw it back in there on you, and you get out to the job site and you go, where? What? I hate it. Can't do it. And then the cartridges. A lot of times they take these cartridges out. I don't know why. It's new construction. These cartridges aren't bad. Most of the time it's just some junk gets caught in here. And these are springs and seats, good old springs and seats from Delta. You can rebuild these cartridges. You don't just need to go, oh, it's dripping, let me go get a new cartridge. No, you can actually rebuild those. But if the thing's 30-something years old, you might want to go ahead and get you a new one anyway. But that's it. That is it right there. It's real simple. But that is our Peerless tub shower or tub shower trim. Now, if you notice, it does not come with a spout. The tub spouts are going to be sold separately, or you might find a kit that does have a spout in it. But the ones we get just come just like this with the shower head and the valve trim. But that's it for our Peerless shower trim. Thanks a lot, guys.